Okay, so now that we've gotten our ribbon kind of spread out, we're going to work on placing the hearts. So this is the point of the heart. So I'll probably start with one being up here. You know, coming down and then sort of like that. You can do it any way you want. You can use 4, you could use 3, you could choose to do whatever you want to do because this is your wreath. But for me, I think 5 looks good. So that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to kind of set these off to the side and start with 1. These are very light, but they do tend to twist and they don't sit as well on the mesh. So I'm going to start by feeding the fishing line to the back side, and I am going to loop it around and have it come back up. So I'm just going around one of the bases of one of the metal rings, loops of the wreath is what I'm trying to say. And then I'm going to come down with this one and kind of do the same thing. So I'm just going to wrap it around. So it's going to anchor it a little bit more and hopefully give it a little bit more stability so it doesn't tend to twist. When I tried just doing it with the with only going once, it tended to shift a lot. And so that's going to be much more secure. And so now I'm going to kind of pull these back. Actually, sorry, I'm trying to figure out the best way to showcase this while I'm doing it. So I'm actually going to come around and go the other side of, I'll show you on the back side. Hopefully you'll be able to see. But by doing this, it'll give it a little bit bigger of a footprint so it won't flip. It's hard to see when you're using fishing twine, but I looped the first one around the lower of these metal rings, and then I'm going to do this one on the upper. And so again, that's going to give me a little bit more security on that heart on the front. And so I apologize, it is hard to see the fishing line when I'm doing these videos. So again, I did the fishing line right here for this side, and now I'm going to pull it, it's going to pick its way down and wrap it around the top. So that will allow this to be a little bit more secure and not tend to, when I would just did it the once, it tended to shift to the side and not sit nice on the mesh. So that's the way we're going to do that. And these are going to be a little bit off center. They're not going to be perfectly flush on your wreath, and that's okay. All right, so I'm going to do my first of a knot. And now I'm going to wrap one of them again around there we go, there. And now I'm going to do multiple throws on this one. I would recommend doing at least 3 because if you're not doing perfect square knots, the fishing line will slip. And then for safe measure, I always do, I wrap it around again and tie it in another set of 3. And this just tries kind of keeping it more secure. All right. Now you will need scissors, just to trim off the longer fishing line. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it back over. So I've got my first heart on. So I'm going to probably do my second somewhere like right about here. And again, I'm going to kind of pick my way down. Now this one's going to be a little different since we but I'm looping around the inside most ring and pulled up. You can either come up or down through the hole. Okay, so there's one. Now do the other side. This one's going to get wrapped around the outermost ring of the heart, ring of the wreath form. Come up. And this time I'll just go down. Okay. So now, actually I'm going to change that and actually go down, because I think in order to get this more secure is I'm going to crisscross into the back. And so, because up here I was able to use the top and bottom of it. This one's side to side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one that's on the right hand side, and I'm actually going to cross it over to the outer, so it actually comes onto the left side. I'm going to pull that through, and then I'm going to take the one that's on the left and come over and have it wrap around the inside, or at least feed it through the inside ring. I will flip it over and show you. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want to flip as much. I'm trying to give it more of a base. And I can, once I get this kind of secured, it'd probably be advantageous to pull a ribbon through. So right now the way I have it set, it's kind of between mesh. So, and I want it to sit up. I don't want it to be pulled down too much. So I'm going to try not to tighten it, over tighten it. So as you can see, I've got that sitting on there. I'm going to flip it over. So I have them going through, you can see where the fishing line's here from the first time. I'm going to wrap it around the wire. And then do the same on this side. And now I'm going to tie these together. And then we're going to keep doing this with the rest of them. So I'm going to fast forward the video now so that you don't have to sit here and watch me go in slow motion, as I believe you understand what needs to happen. Okay, so your final step. So now I've got all the hearts secure. And again, you can kind of move the ribbon around so that they show where you want them. But I've got all the hearts on. Now I'm going to add the wire hanger. You don't necessarily need to use it, but I do find it hangs better when you use it, particularly on a heart like this, because this is your center. And so it's hard to get that to hang straight without this. So I just kind of make a little loop. I go ahead and kind of cross it over. I try and wrap it around and through. Now this can be done with your fingers like I'm doing now. I just prefer, don't need an extra pipe cleaner, to use the needle nose pliers. It is easier as the wire is a little thick, but it is totally doable to move it with just fingers alone. So we're gonna wrap that around and grab that end. And again, what you want to try and do is avoid having the sharp edge against the surface that you're hanging your wreath on. So trying to get it to point towards the front is better. And I hang my wreaths up with just a little 3M adhesive hook. That way, if I want to move it, I can. It's very easy. And these wreaths are very light, so they do find to hold it. That's actually going to be secure enough. So there we go. So now you have your completed Valentine's wreath. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found this video easy to follow. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I look forward to doing another wreath with you soon. Thank you.